Good evening, everyone. Welcome you all for this wonderful and insightful session. Thank you so much for joining us to upgrade the knowledge in cybersecurity. And myself, Nisha from Briskinfosec, and we have organized this webinar to discuss on the topic called Beyond the Firewall with Innovative Approach to Cybersecurity, powered by Briskinfosec. And we are in 2024, the era of AI, cloud computing, blockchain, and many more. Firewall can only prevent 20 to 30% of cyber attacks, and a firewall basically allows or block traffic based on rules specified by IP address, port numbers, etc. And now we are into the next generation firewall that offers security features such as application level inspection, intrusion prevention system, URL filtering, email scanning, data loss prevention, and many more. Even though we have all these features, we are still vulnerable to cyber attacks. And that is the main reason why we need cyber security because it protects all our digital assets. We have been educating many companies on this specific topic and giving consultation to secure themselves in better way. So here we are to answer this question. Why do we need to think beyond firewalls? What are the different strategies available other than firewall and where you need to focus more for the better security? So I want you to take notes on these things. So please be on mute throughout this session and please feed your question into the chat box. We'll address them. We'll address these questions at the end of the session, and we'll also share this presentation and resource with you through through email. And you can also reach us for any cybersecurity support through email. You can see below sales at the rate briskinfosec.com. And let's introduce now. It's time to introduce our special guest for today, Mr. Arun Silver, our founder and director of Risk Infosec. And he's into cybersecurity for more than 15 years. His collective experience and knowledge will enlighten you on the topic beyond the firewall with innovative approaches to cybersecurity. So, hi, Mr. Arun.
Hi,
Hi.
hi,
So,
Nisha.
it's
Thank you
over.
so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can you hear me now?
Yes, Arun, you're audible.
Yeah,
Okay, fine. So thank you so much for the warm introduction and the introduction, the setting up the agenda of this specific discussion. And team Ahoral joining this meeting, we are so happy. And this is the question more often we are getting from our customer side. Like we have two firewalls, three firewalls, stateless, and UTM based firewall that will manage the entire cybersecurity of our company. And because of that, we got this compliance, ISO compliance, and HIPAA compliance, and all we got it. And so we are happy with that. Like most of the time, our customers are claiming firewall is going to be the ultimate defender for their entire cybersecurity related problem. So most often we are educating them as well, right? Okay, firewall is not a only solution. There are so many things you have to consider. So we thought, why don't we give this specific awareness to other fellow members and fellow customers? Because of that, we have initiated this specific session. Once again, thank you for everyone for joining this session. So first of all, I just want to bring you a notification like what is firewall, everyone know, and what is the history of firewall. So history of firewall, in the sense, it was 1989 the firewall is born. It is really surprising because 1989 my date of year as well, so that year only the firewall is born, just for kidding. So after that, in this 1989, the firewall is like stateful inspection based firewall. In 1994, there is a 1989, there is a packet filtering firewall was introduced. And in the 1994, the Israeli company found the way there is a stateful inspection is possible. After that, 1995, the different companies coming up with the details like, okay, we can integrate the VPN into the firewall, those kind of thing. And 1995, UTM was introduced, and 2004, new generation firewalls was introduced. This is how the entire journey happened. Now, I hope you have some better understanding what type of firewall you are using at this moment, and which year actually it was introduced. If we can see, AI based firewall and AI based antivirus is part of that, like that. So don't get confused, and we are going to demyth all those clarification, all those confusion into the better clarification stage. So why not firewall in the sense? Because the question is like, okay, firewall, everyone is pricing the firewall. Yes, that is providing the better security, like everyone still using. Is it a pass? Is there any way to replace the firewall in the sense? Definitely not. Firewall should do that job for sure. When it's coming to the firewall based security, I want to give the clarity to the customers who is more believing the firewall. If you take in the 7 layer perspective, OSI layer perspective, from the physical layer to application layer, there are so many different firewall is available. When you take when you are referring the right side image, you can see that the packet filtering firewall, circuit level firewall like stateful and next generation, threat focused and network address, cloud-based firewall and unified UTM-based firewalls and all. And these firewalls, right? Different firewall will address the issues of different layers. There is no single firewall will take care of everything. But at the same time, this specific firewalls are coming up with their own problems. The problem in the sense, first one is the closed network, because if you are having the firewall in your organization, that is only for your own network. And even though yeah, because of the COVID and because of the latest working style model, if you are going into work from home in the sense, the employee will not come under the firewall, and because of that you may not able to manage them, or whatever the policy you need to push and all, that is becoming the lot of challenges is coming. Now the new tools are also coming, like a cloud based firewall, which will allow the people to work from anywhere. At the same time, it will come up with a lot of cost as well. That is the first thing. Second thing is, the firewall will purely based on the configurations. If the person who is configuring the firewall, if they having very good knowledge, and now the biggest question is how long that very good resource would be available on that specific organization, and what level of clear documentation is done by that specific very good resource, that will define the security of the entire organization. Otherwise it will become the biggest bottleneck, and people the entire organization maybe depends on one IT admin who knows the firewall rules in a very good manner. Otherwise the business would be more critical situation. The third one is the firewall. When you are more depends on the firewall, your organization is big, and if you are allowing the people to work from home and all in the sense, based on the different problem, like a denial of service or DDoS, distributed denial of services, because of that specific that specific thread, and your firewall may goes down. When it goes down, automatically whatever the services or whatever the who are actually depends on the firewall to connect from outside to your inside network, or your inside network to outside network, those people cannot able to do their operations. So as part of the business continuity also, firewall, when you are depending on the firewall, there is a major step you have to take it, like the next level, like you have to increase the budget. You should have a 2 or 3 different firewall, like a failover. One get failed, another one should automatically up, and it will start doing that activity. So for that also, a lot of the configuration related experts are needed, and they need to configure the failover proper manner. They have to test it in the different cases, so that the business can be go in a sustained perspective. Next one is like a subscription plan. Now the firewalls are not like a traditional one. Now it is coming like a SaaS. For every KB, what is passing through the firewall, for that you need to pay. So it is not like the perpetual model or standard model okay, this is only the license fee, like something is not applicable. Now the modern firewalls coming up with a lot of options, lot of different features, and they are charging you for every kb or every mb. So that is the biggest problem. Next one is no unique technology. There are so many firewall vendors are available, whether they are a hardware firewall or software firewall. But the problem is when you are configuring, when you are trying to customize the firewall rules and all, each and every firewall vendor having their own technology, their own programming knowledge. Because of that, the expertise shortage, which is a resource shortage, is becoming biggest problem. Because of that, some of the company would be having the greatest firewall maintenance for some period of time. Another period of time they are not maintaining properly. Because of that, they are facing some cyber attacks as well. So why I'm just trying to give you the explanation for each and every scenario, each and every the scenario, in the sense, when you depends on the firewall, it is becoming the biggest threat for your organization. So firewall is really good, but it is not a one-stop solution. You have to think beyond. Okay, even though my firewall is bypassed, even though my firewall is hacked or it's down because of the DOS attack, how I'm going to ensure the company operations in a more secure manner? That is the question we have to ask each and every one, so that we can definitely find answers together for the same. With that, I would like to give a myth and fact. When the firewall is in the company, all the IT admin, so because you know about the IT admin job, if it is a 200 member team or 500 member team, very limited number of IT resources would be there. So always IT people will give the greatest feedback to the management. See, our firewall is really strong. Nobody can bypass it. We can monitor anyone and we can do anything. Nobody can bypass our protection and all. So that is a kind of the confidence they will be giving to the management. Sometimes it is not, because they are always coming back with the management. We need a more resource and we need a more different expertise and all. So these are both fact would be there. Here the myth is a firewall is like a magic shield. But the magic shield, in the sense, we are having the firewall. Because of that, no attack can come in our way, and we are completely secure, and it will blocks all the evils in our firewall itself. So whenever the emails are triggering, like, see, this many attack or this many threats are identified and prevented, in the sense, the IT admin having very good brave mindset, and they will be highlighted to the government, highlight to the top management as well. When it's coming to the fact, more, the firewall is just a piece of puzzle, just a piece of puzzle in the sense, it's imagine relaying the shield in a war is not only enough. You should have a sword. You should have armor. You should have a strategy. You should have a bit of techniques to move around and battle against the another person. So that same way, the firewall need lot of other solution as part of that, so that it will avoid the biggest disaster. Otherwise, that will become the firewall becoming the biggest bottleneck for your business itself. I hope you are following with me, and I hope you are in Zoom chat only. Can you please type a command like, okay, are you following me? Yes, just type yes if you are following us up now. Please type yes. Great. With that, let me move on to the next slide. So now the true challenges when you are going with the firewall. So when you are in the remote work, when you are allowing the remote work, yes, firewall definitely cannot do anything on that. Unlike if you are especially do some configuration and your firewall is allowing the people to connect via the VPN, and the firewall is able to understand the VPN, the encrypted communication and activities of each and every user, that is possible. And second thing is phishing. When is phishing is coming, That is a altogether the different solution is needed, and traditional firewall will not take a decision on the same. Insider threat, if some of the employee becoming the evil, they are like an insider threat for your organization, in the sense the firewall cannot do anything, because the insiders know very well like how to take the data out, even though without firewall or with firewall, the way the bypassing technique. Next one is the now the malwares are delivering via the SSL traffic, SSL encryption. Because of that, firewall most of the time still thinking whenever the 443 port is used, SSL is enabled, all the data is secured, and it is a legitimate one. So the same way, attacker also coming up with their own technique to deliver the malware via the SSL enabled HTTPS connection. And IoT attack, because the IoT is not more famous, the famous device, and most famous one for the firewall perspective. Just a few years back only, the IoT specific firewalls are coming along to prevent the threats. And if you are using any of the traditional firewalls against the in the IoT network, definitely you are in the trouble. And every major organization having the zero-day vulnerabilities, and every 2 months or 6 months it is exploiting. And when the exploitation going to be happen, until you identified earlier, if you are not updated your firewall rules, in that sense, definitely that zero day issue going to be work, and it will going to exploit, the hackers can directly exploit your network as well. So these are the true challenges is available in the current firewall dependency. So keep that in your mind. With that, where to start? And we are having all the negative information about the firewall. Yes, yes,
So,
please.
guys, please drop your questions or doubts in chat box so that we can address them at the end of the session. Yes,
Sure.
sir, you can
Thank
continue.
you. Thank you, Nisha. So, as of now, we have discussed a lot about what is firewall, and what is the history of the firewall, and what is the problem with that firewall, and where the dependency is creating the bottleneck. Like all those details we have discussed. Now you need to understand, like, okay, fine, we are having firewall, but what we can do next, like, in the sense, it is very simple, and again we are going to the basics. Like, there are 5 steps you can immediately check in your organization, despite of how small or how long, sorry, how small or how big, that's not a problem. You please go ahead with, you just validate what is the kind of antivirus and endpoint detection response solution you are having, and whether that is having the host level firewall, like a endpoint level firewall is available. In the sense, you please explore all the features into that and try to utilize it. Because the more you are coming like a layered approach in your cybersecurity defense, and that would be more good. Take example, even though the firewall is failed, if your antivirus is doing the very good job on the system, and right, so at that time it will prevent the hacker on the system side. Second thing is centralized IT and patch admin related access. So it is like, even though the employees are not available in office, and they should have the company should have a provision, like they can able to control any device when it's coming to online, like updating the patches and updating the IT related informations and IT infra related management related stuff, so that you can maintain the security in a better perspective. Because vulnerabilities are coming, and that they are mostly focusing on the most common vulnerability based, and what is the vulnerable software is running on your system. Third one is exposure of minimalism. In a real world, in our real world, if you want to explore something, in the sense, you need a lot of money. And if you want to go abroad, and if you want to try some restaurant, if you want to explore some of the places everywhere, you need to pay money. You have to go and you have to explore yourself, you have to experience yourself. That is a real world. But when you are going to the digital world, right, when you want to explore more or explore a lot, you don't need to pay money. It is absolutely free. But when you started to define yourself, like, okay, I don't want to give my exposure in the online, but still I want to experience the specific specific thing, in the sense you need to pay a lot. It is I just want to give you the simple example. The YouTube videos, and when you are seeing the YouTube videos, the cookies and everything is tracking your history. Based on that, it will pushing the ads, and next relevant videos are coming to you. But if you don't want ad and everything, in the sense, you need to go for the YouTube premium. For that, you have to pay. Then they will still track you, but they will not push you ad. Same thing going for the companies as well, corporates as well. When you are going to explore more in the digital world, when you put just allow any as a one simple rule in your firewall, everything will go out. But at the same time, if you decide, okay, I want to go with the block mechanism, deny any deny all, like some kind of rule. After that, on the specific purpose alone, if you are started to open up some of the ports for the communication, in the sense, the whitelist mechanism, in the sense, at that time there are a lot of business dependency will come, lot of failure related issues will come, and business continuity planning and disaster recovery related recommendation will come, and that will cost you a lot as well. That's why you try to identify where you need to introduce minimalism, the exposure minimalism in your organization, and start implementing it. And don't just try to implement for entire organization. That may not require. That is grow most of the budget, so most of the expenses respective of the cybersecurity management. The fourth one is prepare for cyber attack. Now you just have a thought like, okay, today or tomorrow or next month, if the cyber attack is going to come to my network, in the sense, and are we ready, and what are all the different detection and prevention mechanism we are having at this moment, and is it feasible or not? And those kind of clarity you have to get it from your technical team, and then your top 10 management, so that you can start to think effectively and move beyond the right strategy. And final thing is, make sure you are conducting the in-depth third-party audit at least a year. Whatever the network you are having, application you are having, cloud you are having, you please hire a third-party cybersecurity auditors, and you can conduct the in-depth audit and identify what is the real issues are really exist on that specific network, and you can start patching that as well. So these are the immediate 5 steps I would suggest you to start. With that, if you say, okay, say we are already having all those things, I hope we are in the right track. So for us, do you have any recommendation like that kind of question you are having, in the sense? Yes. We have created one of the self-assessment tool. The tool is like almost 60 different questions, and we have categorized into 5 to 6 different department specific 60 different questions we have created, which is a self-assessment questionnaire. You can scan this QR code and you can download that specific report. You please scan, and if you are downloading, if you are able to enable to download, in the sense, please comment yes, I can able to download. Yes, we are downloaded. Like some comment you can put, that will help us to understand, yes, you are able to do that, and you are interactive in the specific session. And next thing is, when you are downloading this specific tool, which is a self-assessment questionnaire, then the leaders of the organization, you can review it, and you can organize one management meeting In that management meeting, you can go for the third step, like an initial observation. You can get it from the lead, like for every category, it is like every department perspective, what is their answers. And sometimes the lead will come up with the concern like, see, these are the data I need to verify internally with my team, then only I can answer something. In the sense, you just say, see, this is a version 1, no worries about that, you just give your input. After that, you can the after that, after giving getting their first comment, and next the team lead will directly work with the internal team, and they will verify the points what they have given and what is the evidence related to that, and they can resubmit the details again to the management the second time. The top management can review it, and they can improve their cybersecurity and creating their proper cybersecurity life cycle or strategy in the perfect manner. With this specific tool, definitely you can identify like whatever the best practices already you are following, that you can able to identify, and what are all the practices you are really missing, that also you can identify. What are the different cyber security related strategy or tools or solution is missing in your organization, that also you can identify. This is applicable for the companies, how small or big you are, and you please review it and go for it and let us know your thought process related to that. If you want anything specific, we are ready to support you as well. So that is a second step, guys. So finally, we are coming to the another third step. It is purely for the managerial people, how they have to look for the cybersecurity management in the holistic approach. So in a traditional days, like we always think about the security from inside to outside, like you already knows that people process technology, that is the major thing. Data would be there. From the data, how you are going to secure, like this is the old tradition. Now the new holistic approach is you have to come outside to in. You have to start your governance. And what is governance? And invest in the, so third party is also going to be part of that, like overall your vendor, overall your supplier, everyone will be part of that. So those people also we are going to bring it to this specific strategy. So in a third party, coverage of the whole value chain, including the third party services. These three chain, organization and process. This perspective, we have to be more clear who is our third party, what is their limit. And in the governance, in the sense, investment in the operational resilience priorities based on deep transparency into the cyber risk. Uh, Resilience in the sense, or cybersecurity resilience in the sense, once you got cyber attack, how soon you can come back from the cyber attack to the operation. So that time actually a cyber resilience. For that, what is the kind of investment you need? So that you need to do it in a right way. In our organization, so second layer is organization. So right skill, efficient decision making, and effective enterprise wide cooperation. So that is really required on the organization perspective. In a process perspective, state of the art cybersecurity process focused on the effective responses. So detection and prevention would be there. For that detection, and we have to respond to the cyber attack as well. For that only the response is matters a lot. Next one is control, differential control to balance the security with agility. And finally, the asset. Okay, when coming to the asset, there's a people, infrastructure, and the application. It means people, application, and application hosted infrastructure. Any way you can call it, because this is the area that data would be there. This is your critical asset. Every organization, the critical asset may be vary. So according to that, you can choose your cybersecurity terminology, the new solution or new products, and you can apply wherever it is required. So this specific approach, you please practice yeah, from your organization. Definitely, it will bring a lot of lights to your top management as well. So finally, the small advice, like never confused with trending keywords like it may be the AI driven next gen firewall, AI based anomaly IDS and IPS solution, or anonymous cybersecurity shield solution. Sorry, autonomous cybersecurity shield solution, identity access management and privilege access management. Yes, it's important, but you please verify where it is really required, and whether it is needed for the entire organization. In the sense that is again your business call. And zero trust, yes, that also really wonderful solution, but where it is needed for what type of organization that is needed, so that is really important. All the cybersecurity solutions and products whatever it is available, that is really needed. There is no doubt about that. But when you are choosing the solution, you please choose in a more conscious manner, in considering the scalability. Don't see just a branding, don't see the new technology or new tool you are using. Instead of that, try to identify, okay, what you are really required with that specific solution, what you are trying to achieve, whether it is scalable, whether it is definitely going to help us a lot, or the small manual based approach or something. If we are fine tuned with our existing tool, in the sense we can able to leverage the new solution. In the sense, I would suggest, try, please do not go with a lot of solution that will end up the day becoming a crunch, and you need to decommission one by one for the better clarity. So this is my input for you guys for the entire session. Thank you so much. As of now, you guys are part of this. Now I just want to take your question. Please share your question. I'm ready to answer as well. Thank you.
So thank you, Arun. So we have a question from Arvind Raja that if I go for an UTM firewall, which includes the AV, IDS, IPS, VPN, etc., then can I exclude purchasing a separate AV, ADS, or any other security solution which is included in the UTM? So we have a question.
So it is purely dependent on the vendor who is providing the UTM and what kind of the AV, because a UTM, yes, it is coming as a bundle, but at the same time, what is the limitation of each and every solution also matters. If your organization is really big in a sense, definitely I would say don't trust on it. And if your organization is really very limited users, less than 20 people or 25 people in the sense, definitely you may able to leverage the UTM related solution. But when you are going for the compliance, like international compliance like ISO 27000, GDPR kind of thing, because of your business mandate at that time, you will be in a situation to purchase the separate one, because everyone believes if it is a dedicated AV, that will do the better job, and if it is a dedicated firewall, that will do the better job. Still, UTM is playing a good role, but it is not advisable everywhere. So you please review in a more proper manner and take your caution decision.
Great, thank you, Arun. So next is
What is next question?
will AI replace firewalls?
In one day, so maybe we are not having, so now the firewalls are leveraging the AI to increasing the detection and prevention mechanism. So that is the way the technology is moving towards. But maybe in the over the period of time, because of the learning, the machine learning and multimodal learning kind of strategies, maybe you can expect the some AI company will come and they will say, you just install this AI software alone into your system, that is well trained based on the behavioral. It is like the end system cyber attack a behavioral pattern. So whatever the new cyber attack is going to be happen, whatever the new zero-day attack going to be happen, definitely it will identify, and it can able to see the pattern. It will prevent the attack as well. Like some of the products may come in a very soon, some of them already in a POC at this point, and every antivirus company and firewall company, looking forward the same, and their research is towards to that. So definitely you will get, and the traditional antivirus and firewall would be replaced by some of the new gen AI software. There is a new name or something may come in very soon, but not at this moment. I would say that much maturity we are not get as of now.
Okay, thank you. So next question is, does cybersecurity awareness training play a big role in enhancing the organization security posture beyond technical measures?
Yeah, you're right. Because employee awareness is really matters a lot. Even though you're having one firewall, when you are sending when your organization having 100 employees, and 100 employees getting some one phishing email, the phishing emails are not identified by the firewall, or somehow your spam box also missed to prevent that specific email. Out of 100, even one or two people click, in the sense those people becoming the biggest threat for your organization, and you may get some unwanted program running. Because of that, you are getting a lot of attack or cyber breach and all that is possible. So my suggestion is, monthly once or quarterly once, you please conduct cybersecurity awareness to every employee of your organization, from the top management to bottom, the end user level, so that they can become a firewall for your organization, because they know how hackers would be trick them to become a vulnerable for their organization, even though the organization is very good at their firewall and their patch management and all. So my only suggestion, have a strategy like how you can make every employee as a firewall for your organization. So that way, think towards, in the sense, definitely the easiest the cybersecurity defense you can get it as part of the organization.
Okay, thank you so much, Arul, for your valuable session.
Thank you
And
so much.
yeah, and thank
Yeah,
you, like,
thank you so much.
one second.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, thank you each and everyone for joining in this session. I think hopefully we have, got some information on the session. So thank you once again.
thank you.